up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shalia Janae, and I'm back with another story time. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, if you want to see how I got these knotless braids, make sure you go watch my previous video. And if you see me with the same outfit on, don't come for me because I made 2 videos in one day. Secondly, as y'all can see by the title, this is gonna be a story time about how I moved out my mom's house at 21 and had a baby. So this is kind of like a pickup, or a pickup. What do I want to say? This is kind of like I'm picking up like after my how I met my first love little cliffhanger kinda. So if y'all watched how I met my first love video, you know that I moved out my mom's house to go with my baby dad when I was 21. If you didn't watch that story time, make sure you go watch that story time. So I'll link both of those videos in the description box, but without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's do it. All right, anyway, all right, so let's see, where do I want to start? So in 2017, I graduated from community college. I took a year off and then I applied for Stony Brook. I got accepted for the fall of 2018. In March of 2018, let me see, January, February, March, yeah, March, I rekindled with my ex, which is my baby dad, which is my first love. So in March, basically what happened was I was living with my mom and me and my baby dad rekindled. So he was living where I am now and I was living in the city. So basically he wasn't talking to me because of something that happened, and he swears that I did it on purpose or whatever I told him he was mad about, which that happened it happened mad years ago, but I had finally told him the situation that happened, whatever. So he was still mad at me from something that I told him the previous year, which was on his birthday. He swears I tried to ruin his birthday and he was just being mad dramatic. So I hit him up in March and was like, I'm about to come out there. And he was just like mind you, we didn't talk that whole year. This was our first time talking again in a year. So I hit him up and I was like, I'm about to come out there. And he was just like, yeah. Matter of fact, I might have the messages. I might be able to add some messages in here because I don't be deleting nothing, but let me think. Yeah, if I have the messages, I'll put them somewhere in here. So yeah, I hit him up and I was like, I'm gonna come out there, and he was like, yeah, whatever, you're not coming, or whatever, however the conversation went. We was just talking, and I ended up going out there, like I think that same weekend or the next weekend I had drove out there, but I drove out there. I went to go stay with my friend at her house for the weekend. And like I said in the other video, I was always in communication with his mom. So we were always talking back and forth here and there throughout the years and stuff. So I let her know that I was out there. And when I got out there, I went to her house because she still lived in the same place that she used to live. So I went to her house and he was there. And his mom and his sister like dragged me into his room to say hi to him. And he said hi. Mad stink though, and we just left it at that. Like he was acting like he didn't really want to see me or talk to me, but I seen him real quick though. I didn't stay there for a long time, and then I had left. Me and my friend went and we was chilling or whatever. So that was a Saturday night, and we had went about our day. And then after I left his house, he had like text me like an hour later, and he was like, oh, where you at? He was like, where you at? And I was like, around. And he was like basically telling me to go get him some food, and I was like, no. And then he was like, oh well, F you then. And I was just like, whatever. So anyway, later on that, I had stopped texting him. So later on that day, when this is the craziest thing. Like, I swear, this is why I be saying, like, it's just crazy. But anyway, so I had went back to my friend's house, and then I was gonna go back to his house later that night anyway, because I had to see my man. So as I'm pulling up to his house, no lie, like, this is like the craziest thing ever. I pulled up to his house. As I'm parking the car, he texts me like, where you at? I had called his mom and told her to come open the door, but she sent him downstairs to open the door. So I had went upstairs, and he was like, he was like, you was gonna leave without seeing me? And I was like, well, I'm not leaving until tomorrow, but you see I'm here, like. And he was like, so basically we just caught up, whatever. I'm gonna just cut the small talk. We caught up or whatever. We went to the movies that night, and we had like one of those long parked car conversations, and we just like caught up on everything that we missed over the years. And I ended up staying the night at his house. So from that night on, we had decided that we were gonna like try again. But you know, it's obviously it would be hard because I'm 4 hours away and he's out here, and you know how guys are, like, they hoes. So I was making an effort to travel back and forth like every other weekend, because I was working and stuff. I was working, so I was making the effort to basically drive 4 hours every other weekend to go see him, to make sure that our relationship was like, you know. So I was making sure that we were good or whatever. And I guess he would come see me. He came to see me like a couple times, but I'm not gonna go into detail about that. But he did come to see me a few times or whatever. And for my birthday, we had went out to Jersey, and we just had a good weekend and stuff. So it got to the point where it was like, all right, I'm driving 4 hours every other weekend to come see you. Like, this is too much. And he went to college and everything. He went away for college. I stayed home for college. But I don't know. I guess I was like, I'm trying to think like what it really was that I was doing. Like, I don't know. Like, if you know me, like, if I don't have my mind set on something, it's easy for me to like change my mind, or like just go and do, I don't know, I don't really know how to explain. But if my mind is not set in stone on something, then I'm open to other ideas and stuff. So when I was telling him that I was going to school in the fall, he was just like, oh, you're gonna be in debt, and it's stupid, you could do this, you could do that. And I'm just like, well, I don't know, because like I really wanted to be a psychiatrist. So I'm thinking like maybe I shouldn't go to school or something. Like, I don't want to be in debt. But then I'm like, I was kind of like defending myself, because I did want to go to Stony Brook. Like, that was like my dream school. I had applied right after high school, but I ended up just going to community college, and then I was gonna just go graduate and then go from there. So he was like, it would be stupid, I'm gonna be in debt, and why would you want to be in debt and stuff, just like. And I'm mad like gullible. So I was like, dang, he got a point. And how is my relationship gonna work out then? Because I'm gonna be in school, I'm gonna have work, I'm not gonna be able to go see my man. Like, so it's like basically I had to choose, like, am I gonna go be with my man, or am I gonna go to school? So I was just like, you know what, maybe he's right. So at that point, I'm trying to think, like, I think I made that decision like it was like I make a lot of decisions off impulse. So I want to say that I decided to move where he was in like July, because I didn't want to do the back and forth. Like, it was just really doing too much. But he was just like, I don't know, it was like he wanted me to come, but at the same time he was living with his mom, and he was like, he didn't really want me to move out there because we would be staying with his mom. So if you're a young girl and you think about moving with your man and he still live with his mom, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Make sure you got money and he got money, and y'all got a plan, and just move into your own place before you decide to just move in with your man in his mother's house, because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I don't think it'll ever work. So anyway, I impulsively made that decision to leave. And I was basically like, I finally came to the point where I had to tell my mother, like, I was smart about it because I had already went ahead and like got me a job before I moved, so that way I would be okay when I did go out there, and I would be living with his mom anyway, so I wouldn't have had to pay rent, or like, you know, I didn't have to really pay for anything. I would just be stacking my money so that way we could get a crib. So when it finally came the time for me to tell my mom, she was just like, so that's really what you want to do? You're not gonna go to school? Like, you rather go out there and like, if you know what my baby father was doing, then this is why she was saying this. She was just like, she didn't want me to go out there because she felt like I was like throwing my life away, and I need to be going off to school and living my life. I shouldn't be rushing to go live with somebody. It's different when you live with somebody versus when you know, have just a relationship in two different households. So I didn't care though. I was just like, I don't care, because I already knew that she was gonna be like, you know, the motherly thing, like, no, don't do it, you're stupid, whatever. But me being me, I didn't care, so I went anyway. And me and my mom had gotten to like, alright, I wouldn't say it was like an argument, but she was just being a mom. She didn't want me to go out there, come out here where I am now, and not go to school, because she knows that's really what I wanted to do. But I was trying to be with my man, and I didn't even care at all, to be honest. But yeah, I be talking so much I be forgetting what I'm about to say. So yeah, I didn't care that she was saying not to go, because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be grown and make my own decisions. Which, I was 21, which when you're 21, you still have so much to learn. It's still so much that you should do, instead of rushing to like live with a guy or anything like that. Because, you know, like, it's like once you move in with the guy, not even just being there like with his mom and stuff, but it's like you're really like jumping into like, I would just say like adulthood. Like, she cut me off her phone bill. I had to pay my own car. Well, I was paying my own car insurance anyway, but she made me get off her car. She took me off of her insurance. I had to pay for my own insurance. Like, it like really forced me to grow up, for real, since I wanted to be grown, which is understandable now. But back then I was like, oh, she want to take me off her phone plan. She took me off her insurance, whatever. So I was just like, whatever. I'm grown now. I'm grown, so I don't need her. So finally, when I did, I ended up moving all my stuff. My sister helped me, packed up my little car. I had a Nissan at the time, so yeah, my little car. I packed it up, took my dog, and I moved with him. And he never liked my dog. So we used to get into mad arguments about my dog, and it was just a lot. Like, we just jumped into it. So it was a lot of arguments. It was a lot of disagreements. And then literally from when I went out there for my job interview in July, I got pregnant like that same time, but I didn't know. So I got pregnant in July. And then August came when I moved in. It was like the first week of August, and I was just like sleeping. Just mad tired, but I didn't know until like I started working, and I was just like super exhausted, but I was like also having like bad cramps. So I'm thinking my period gonna come, but it never came, and it's like going on 2 weeks and it's still not here. So I'm like, dang, let me take a pregnancy test. My stupid self took the pregnancy test at work and almost passed out. Like, whoo, child. I call his mama. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. And she like, what? Oh my gosh, what you gonna do? Blah, blah. So I'm just like, man, listen. This is happening way too fast. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah. Alright. There's like more that I want to say, but my baby dad told me not to bash him on the internet. which I wasn't gonna bash him, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. But he told me not to say too much online because he can't defend himself at this time, which I'm gonna respect his wishes. So anyway, I had got pregnant, and come to find out, when I finally, all right, so it was, all right, because my stories be all over the place sometimes. So all right, this is what happened. When I found out that I was pregnant, like maybe a week or two later, I linked my sister, and my mom was calling, but I was like ignoring her calls because I felt like she was like mad at me, but she was like over at the same time. But she was like, I gotta tell you and your sister something, but I want y'all to be there at the same time when I tell y'all. So I went to go link my sister, and when I got there, we FaceTimed her. Lord, she gonna tell me that she's pregnant. So I'm like, girl, you pregnant. So after that, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. So my mom was just like, oh, you know how Leah is, like, you know, she gotta let it sink in or whatever. So we hung up with my mom. Now me and my sister talking, I'm like, you knew she was gonna tell me that she was pregnant? And she was like, yeah, but I couldn't tell you, but I had to let her tell you. So I'm like, dang, now what I'm gonna do? Because I'm pregnant too. Like, I didn't really want to tell her at that time because of the situation. Like, we still living with his mother and stuff. Like, I'm gonna wait until we move out and stuff is in like a good space for me to go ahead and tell her. So my sister was like, nah, just you better off just telling her right now. So I called her back, and I'm like, well, I gotta tell you something too. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm pregnant. Yo, she was like, did you plan that? And I don't want you. Basically, like, she just didn't want me to have a baby at this time. Like, obviously, I just turned 21. I decided not to go to school. And it's just like, she just felt like my life was just taking a left turn. And it was just too much. Like, too much for my mom to process or for her to handle. So she was really upset. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not living in her under her roof. And I'm gonna make my own decisions anyway. So we, no lie, we didn't talk for like a month, almost 2 months. We stopped talking because she was upset and I was upset. But she was checking on me through my sister. Like, she would ask me like, oh, how far is she? Did she go to her doctor's appointment? Is she okay? Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so that's what happened. I decided to go ahead and be a mom. I didn't go back to school, but honestly, like, do I regret not going back to school? I don't know. Like, honestly, if I would have went to school, I know that things would have been completely different for me right now. I would have never had either one of my kids, but I love both my kids to death, and I wouldn't change anything. Honestly, everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So it wasn't meant for me to go away to school. It was meant for me to be a mom of 2 kids at this point, I guess. So y'all, almost had a heart attack. Oh my gosh. So my phone, like, I record on my phone and my app just like force closed. And then when I went to go look in my photos, the video wasn't there. So I almost had a freaking panic attack because I just spent 20 minutes recording a video and it wasn't in my phone, but it's there. So anyway, yeah, what I was saying was I don't regret having my kids. At this point, like, I don't know what my life would be like if I would have went to school. I don't really think about it because I can't go back and change whatever happened. So at this point in my life, I'm not where I want to be, but I will get there. And honestly, having kids, it really changed my whole perspective on my own life. Like, I realized all the things that I want to accomplish. It kind of just gave me like a clearer vision for what direction I want my life to go in. So that's really what I'm working on at this point. Yeah, so that wraps up my story time. And I don't know what other stories I got for y'all yet, but obviously y'all see if I drop some new stuff, what kind of story I got for you. But if you made it this far in my video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that and turn on them post notifications so you can be notified every time I post. And I will catch you guys in my next video.